because the big news yesterday in the NFL, DeAndre Hopkins testing positive for PEDs, 6-game suspension. He's out with the power tweet today saying, I have no idea how that got in my body. Here's a guy who's, gone about his business the right way. But however, lots of injuries piling up. People get panicked. So to you, Hill, and to the chat, are we giving DeAndre the benefit of the doubt that he did nothing wrong and that this was just a weird thing that somehow popped up in his system?
I mean, that's the excuse every guy says when they get popped for
That's
PEDs.
right. They all say
every
it.
single baseball player who ever tested positive for steroids. It's like, I don't know how that got into my body. The irony with DeAndre Hopkins is he's the guy who refused to get the COVID shot and retired like for 3 seconds because he's like, I can't do this. And now he's like, I don't know how this got into my body. I'm sorry. I thought that the whole reason you weren't getting the COVID shot initially was because you were so careful about what you were putting in your body and you didn't want to put the wrong thing in there. Now, all of a sudden, you don't know how this got in there. It's just, that's the comical part of this side to me. But no, I mean, look, anytime anybody says they don't know how this got in their body, just own it. You took steroids. You took PEDs. You're not the only guy in the NFL taking them. Just you got suspended. They're not banning him for life. At this point, there's nothing to gain from saying, I didn't do this. This was a mistake. I don't know how this happened. It's like, dude, you did this. Just own it. You got suspended. We're going to forget about this when you're putting up stats again when you come back. Just own it.
I'm all about honesty and being transparent. I don't know if you can own that one. Yeah, I freaked out. I mean, you could do it that way. I got nervous about my health, and I skipped ahead with some steps out of fear that my career would be over. I realize now, outside of just getting caught, that this is against the integrity that I want to live with. So I'm going to take my suspension. I'm going to be honest with you, and I promise that I will do better. And I'm going to be working with a coach as to how I came up to make that decision. That actually would go over fine if he said that. But that's a tough one to own. Hey, dude, I cheated. Yeah, I thought my career was over. I want to make a lot more money before I retire to the islands.
Or just say, look, I'm doing everything that I can do to be in the maximum prime athletic shape that I can be in to win football games and to be at the top of my profession. And I went too far. I'm sorry. Hand up. My mistake. I got busted for it. I'm just trying to be the best that I can and take every single advantage that I can. And that's just say that. Like, what's wrong with that? Instead of trying to skirt around it and going, I don't know how this happened. Somebody screwed up. Somebody gave me the wrong, dosage of something. It's like, come on. That is such a lazy excuse. And everybody always uses it. And it didn't work for the last guy. So what does DeAndre Hopkins think? That he's special? And this is all of a sudden we're going to go, oh my God, he didn't know what this is a horrible mistake. We need to petition the NFL, overturn this suspension. This is a violation of every single sanctity of the football world. Like, no, come on. It didn't work for anybody else. It's not going to work for you. Just own it. Be the first to do something else. Don't be the next guy to do the same thing everybody else does.
Well, OJ is still looking for the killers, so there's that.
Silent pivot from PEDs.
It's a slightly different level. Lucas, I like your comment. It's equivalent to my dog ate my homework. That's sure. But hey, he'll be back, and Cardinals fans will be thrilled when he catches his first ball from Kyler Murray this year. So, that's another thing. Do football fans even care? Honestly.
No.
0% care.
0% care. He took PEDs. Big deal. Everybody does it. And that it's against the rules. He should be suspended. But we need to stop acting like somebody getting popped for steroids is somehow this great affront. It's like, it happens. If we want to cut back on it, regulate it more as a league. But I mean, DeAndre Hopkins is doing DeAndre Hopkins. He got busted. Own it. Move on. Nobody's going to care about this in a year.